What's shaking YouTubeites? Welcome into tonight's Daily Shakers. I almost said weekly, but it's daily. Welcome in, guys. I'm excited to be back. It feels like it's been a hot minute since I've seen everyone, so welcome. Chris, how's it going?
Oh man, I would say I'm bored out of my skull with nothing to do, but I am filling my free time while I'm furloughed. I got so many things going on right now, yeah, I don't know how I'm ever gonna deal with retirement because I have to be doing stuff. So yeah, this is pretty nuts. But I'm doing great. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It is time for the Weekly Shakers show, going over the Daily Shakers list. I would say multi-daily shaker list because it updates multiple times a day. And man, we got a great list for you guys today. Great list for you guys.
I know it. I'm excited. This is a really good one. I kind of peeked at it before we went live, and there's a couple on there that are complete bangers. Speaking of which, hi Gabe.
What up? I'm totally a banger.
You are.
Ask your mom. So it's good to have Laura back. It's good to have Laura back. It's good to be here with Chris. Chris having a nice little fun vacation. So
forced
vacation. Whatever. Voluntold to have a vacation, Yeah. Halloween's coming up. So what's everybody's favorite Halloween candy? What's your favorite Halloween candy? Put it in the chat, everybody. And we all know the right answers is Reese's Pieces. But let's see what everybody else's answers are. Real quick, cool. Tuesday, I did the new comic book day show with Lando here.
Did you really?
I did. That was fun. Maybe I'll do that a little bit more often because that was just fun to talk about new comics. So everybody go back, check that out. If you haven't, me and Lando talking about what's coming out this week. With like the 23,000 monster blind bag covers that everybody's getting into, and people are pulling cool stuff. So check that out. So I'm having a good day today. This is gonna be fun. Candy corn is good. Right on.
I love candy corn.
It's disgusting. It's the worst.
It tastes like honey.
Absolute worst thing. No,
candy corn's good, dude. You can stack it up and it looks like a corn on the cob. Yeah.
You just bite the tip off, like the little white tip, That's how I eat it.
Yeah, like a pimple.
Hey, we got a super chat.
Yeah, we did. Patel, thank you so much. Thoughts on Daredevil #2, Second Electro? Thoughts, gentlemen?
Don't chase it.
I mean,
if you find it for a cool price, it's a cool book.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, it's early Daredevil. Like it's still Yellow Suit Daredevil by Bill Everett. So that's interesting and cool. But if you're specking on it, I don't know if the Second Electro anybody really cares about.
I mean, people might care about the fact that it's the second Daredevil comic, right? Well, you know what, Patel? It completely depends on how much you're looking at it for. It's a Silver Age book. It's the second of a major character Daredevil. So if you can get it for under $150 in good condition, I say go.
Yeah, there you go. Good answer, guys. All right, before we get started, though, Michael Baker is in the chat. Here he is. And this guy is probably the nicest person I've ever met. So check this out. Not this next Saturday or this next Thursday, but the Thursday after that. So on the 30th, he is donating this beautiful slab, Mark Spears, Monsters #1. This is the Bird City Comics exclusive. He got a 9.8 and he had a spare, and he's like, I want to share it with your guys' audience. So he will be sharing that.
That's awesome, Michael Baker.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
That's so cool.
Can I enter that contest for
I think how we're going to do it is kind of how we did the last one, where we'll just like give the audience a trivia question at the very end. Whoever answers the fastest will get it. But yeah, this is we called it our zombie cowboy variant.
I think we all need to jump on trampolines until one of us falls off.
That could work.
That's a weird statement. All right.
Well, because Laura loves jumping on trampolines on live streams, apparently.
I know. It happened one time, and I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Michael Baker. That's insanely nice. Make sure you guys tune in on the 30th, and we'll be giving that gorgeous book away. Mid-show, we're going to have Chris open some blind bags. Unless you want to do it now.
Well, I can do one now. I can do one mid-show. How about that?
Good. I'm gonna put you on the big screen. Is that cool?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Wait, not that one. That one.
Ooh, so obviously the one of ones are the ones that get here, right? But there's still a lot of other ones. You guys are going to see it before I do.
We want to get that golden ticket too.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Look at
Nice
that.
homage.
That's pretty neat.
The blonde in the red dress.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
I like it.
Very appropriate for this show tonight. All right, so I got another one we'll do mid-show.
That's a good one, though. I like that homage, and that fits the whole series well. So, yeah, I would say that's a score.
Yep.
All right, let's dive in, guys. If you are just joining, this is the Shaker Show. So let's start. Let's just kick it off. Let's see what's shaking on the aftermarket. What do we have for Shaker number one? Chris, are you first or is Gabe?
Gabe's first.
I thought Chris was first.
Nope, I'm second.
Jesus Christ. All right. Let's make this work. All right. Welcome to the Shaker Show, everybody, where we don't know what we're doing half the time. All right. So Shaker number one. This is dope. I love this. This is Battle Cry number 4. Stanley Morris, 1952, everybody. So Golden Age war comics seem to be a more niche market with comic book collectors these days. The 20-issue run of Battle Cry that ran from 1952 through 1955 does tend to be one of the more beloved series for collectors due to their fabulous covers depicting gruesome and violent war scenes. This series really depicts the horrors of war set against the backdrop of Cold War era thoughts and fears. The majority of war-themed comics were printed in lower numbers than their superhero counterparts. Of course, high-grade copies are becoming less available on the open market as collectors realize how scarce some of these issues really are. This past week, we saw one of only 2 CGC 7.5 copies of Battle Cry number 4 sell for $1,440. Considering this grade is the highest on the census, there's only 7 copies on the census in total. It is no wonder collectors took notice. Here's hoping we see more high-grade war comics hit the open market soon. Oh yeah, you guys know I love this old war comic stuff. I talk about this stuff all the time on the Shaker Show, and this one is super cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The coloring.
Really there's a lot to like about this. I like the dent in his helmet. That's really nice detail. He's got weapons pointed at him from at least 3 different countries, which is interesting. But yeah, this is some cool stuff. And he's about ready to pull a grenade pin himself. This is nice.
I love the bright red cover. I love that for some reason that screaming face is on here twice. I don't know how that happened, but that's really neat too.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, the tank. I don't know what you call the end of the tank. The nozzle or whatever is like exploded. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot going on this cover. Like this is great. Old war comics are just fun. Like this is what This stuff is what war comics are really what brought like people from Britain and people overseas into comic books, because comic books is an American art form, and soldiers having comic books and leaving them over there is kind of what got those people involved into it a little bit. The barrel, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. But this is great. This is cool so far. Action-packed tales of real combat, everybody.
Yeah, definitely not a bad way to kick off the list. I mean, this is really neat. I think anytime you can find something like this, like Gabe was saying earlier, if you can find a high grade, a book from the 50s, I mean, especially these ones, pick it up. No,
I mean, even just like the DC war comics, you get into like, Sergeant Rock, all that kind of stuff is really fantastic. Great reads. Yeah, great reads. Joe Kubert artwork all the way through. That stuff is great.
Yeah.
Haunted Tank. Love Haunted Tank.
I just picked up a stack of Dell Maverick comics from the 1950s, the Western comics.
those are cool.
Yeah, I got them for like $4 a piece. They're in great condition, probably 7s or 8s, and it's awesome. Yeah, always happy to pick up 10 centers.
I agree. I like cool stuff.
Patel, you don't have to pay to chat. I promise. Okay. and Golden Age will never go away. I'm sorry, but as time goes on and those books become more and more out of reach for the average collector, you will see people defaulting to silver when they can.
Agreed. All right,
And
that's
Silver Age. Silver Age has always had its time. Silver
Yeah.
Age has never not had its time. I feel
because of all the fantastic characters that were introduced during Silver Age.
pretty much.
Shaker number 1. Battle Cry number 4, Stanley Morse, 1952, a CGC coming in at, let's see, 7.5 at $1,440. All right, what do we have for Shaker number 2?
I don't know about you guys, but Captain EO was a staple of my youth. I loved Captain EO at Disneyland. Oh my gosh. And I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid because I grew up like right in that era, in the 80s. I was in elementary school and Michael Jackson was, doing his thing, and it was just amazing. The guy was amazing.
Different time.
Different time, absolutely. And of course, all the terrible things came out about him afterwards. But that's, never meet your heroes, right? That's what they say. Shaker number 2, we have Eclipse Extra number 28, the Tom Yeats cover from Eclipse Comics in 1987. Eclipse Comics, an independent publisher operating from 1977 to 1993, was known for such titles such as Saber and Miracle Man. Starting in 1985, it published Eclipse Extra, a promotional newsletter featuring previews, updates, and older forms for comic shops and fans in the direct market. A unique issue of Eclipse Extra doubled as a promotional tie-in for the 3D Disney Park short film Captain EO, which I must have seen like 40 times. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola and produced by George Lucas, starring the one and only Captain EO, Michael Jackson. Distributed with 3D glasses at screenings, this extra special souvenir edition helped boost the way of Eclipse Extra number 28, which recently achieved an all-time high of $335 for a CGC 9.8. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Seems like a reasonable price too. I was telling my kids the other day, it's like I saw this somewhere that I'm homesick. My heart is homesick for this time that doesn't exist anymore, this world that doesn't exist anymore. And I wish I could go back to certain parts of it. And this is one of those things, going to Disneyland before it was just a money machine, and actually enjoying these rides and the people. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Gabe.
You're muted.
You are muted, Gabe.
I remember going to Disneyland and watching Captain EO as a kid, and it's weird. It's weird then, it's weird now, but this is a cool comic. It's just cool that this kind of stuff back then in the 80s, right? Back in my day in the 80s, everything cool got a comic book. All of our favorite TV shows, all of our favorite toys, historical characters, Evil Knievel, like all that stuff. Everybody got a cool comic back in the day.
Yeah.
So this is
Fraggle Rock, Muppets.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Do you guys remember being able to ride your bike just out in the neighborhood?
I've never seen
it. That's all you did back then.
Yeah.
And people see that as weird. Even like other adults I talk to, it's like, if I could, I would let my kids roam the streets. And they're like, it's dangerous to do that. I go, no, like we did that all the time. I was never home as a kid.
Yeah.
You were told to get the hell out and come back later.
Seriously. Yeah. I mean, there was, I grew up at that time. It was Oxnard, California. I knew how to get from the church to my house, and the church had a really, really big steeple on it. It was First Baptist of Oxnard. And you could see that steeple from almost anywhere. So I could ride anywhere as long as I could still see the steeple.
Oh, I love that.
I'd just be out for hours. But I had some interesting parental choices. So
no, my friends and I would go to the movies. I remember going to see like the Transformer movies with my friends. We would just find money in the couch cushions, or you know, the cushions of the car, and you know, that was comic book money, and that was movie money. You know, we would just roam around until the streetlights came on. Come home all dirty, you know, skinned knees, and you know, have dinner and go to bed.
That's the point. And that's why these type comics do so well. It takes you back to a period that I think anybody in our age range, we just miss it. We just miss this time. We're all homesick for it. So we're willing to drop $3.35 for a 9.8 that might take us back to a memory in Disneyland. Anyways, that would be too. Yeah. Eclipse Extra number 28, Tom Yeats cover from 1987. 9.8, $3.35. We're moving right along. What do we have for Shaker number 3?
All right, number 3. This is awesome. Epic Illustrated number 1, everybody, from Marvel Comics, 1980. Frank Frazetta doesn't receive as much attention in this market as current Shaker Report darlings such as Jenny Frison or Scotty Young. Still, he redefined the science fiction and fantasy genre and was thus called the godfather of fantasy art. His artwork for the cover of Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian book became the template for that character, which led him to work on Warren Publishing books like Creepy, Eerie, Vampirella. And then Epic Illustrated was printed in the later part of his career and was similar to Heavy Metal Magazine with themes based on fantasy and science fiction with some adult content. Oh, yeah. The series ran for 6 years and 34 issues, eventually being spun into Epic Comics. Epic Illustrated was not a rare comic with 290 universal grades existing on the census. It has been elusive in high grade, though, as there are only 28 copies in a 9.8. Just 5 years ago, a collector could purchase a 9.8 for under $100. You could purchase a lot of stuff for under $100 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The market has been put on notice as 9.8s rose to over $500 last year and then hit an all-time high of $660 this week. Frazetta may still be underrated in this market, considering what other hot cover artists are commanding, but his timeless style will forever hold a place in a collector's long box.
Okay. Yeah, fun fact, Frazetta used to study cats at the Brooklyn Zoo, like big cats, and that's kind of where he learned about the fluid movement of animals, and it became really a big part of how he painted. And he was also able a lot of times to complete an entire painting in one day, which is insane. So kind of interesting stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. I've always been so impressed by his work. You don't see this style anymore, and it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that the coloring, the shading, the lighting, I think it's very underappreciated in today's day and age.
Yeah, and he suffered a stroke at one point in his life, so he had to learn how to draw with his left hand, which is also insanely impressive. So he was kind of a badass, right? I mean, there's no other way of putting it. He was a badass.
Yeah, amazing.
This is a beautiful cover. Like, I mean, I love his work. I love like Julie Bell. I mean, all that kind of fantasy artwork that we used to get in like the late 80s, early 90s kind of stuff. You know, even like EM Gist is, you know, fairly similar to this kind of artwork, I feel like. I think I'm not comparing him to Frazetta, but he has this kind of like chiseled stone male like power figures that he can paint really well, you know?
Yeah. He did some really good work on Star Wars. And again, he is a teacher, so he does oil painting, traditional oil painting. So yeah, I think that's a good comparison, Gabe.
Yeah. I really love, like, I think we saw a Conan book that he did coming up. I know he's doing a Youngblood cover, which is pretty badass. Like, you know, it's this style of artwork is always impressive to me. I love it. This is kind of stuff where this is the kind of covers that make you want to not only buy it for the cover, but then also read the book itself, kind of thing. You know, like, oh, I got to see what's going on with this. This is cool. Like, this will make you pick it up off the stands.
Yeah, and there I have a couple of these epics. There's a few that have some really interesting stories inside of it. There's one of them that has like it's number it's like in the 20s, like 25, 26, the last Galactus story.
Yeah, that John Byrne story.
Yeah, really, really good, really, really strong storytelling. It's just
They
a
never
story.
finished it. There was like one issue left, and it never finished. So it kind of
Yeah.
ended on a incompletely, which sucks.
That's torture.
Yeah.
I'm not crimping my hair. It's natural. My hair's naturally curly, and I'm just kind of like not straightening it, I guess. Yeah.
I did the same thing.
I used to straighten it before all the shows because I got so nervous about coming on here. I'm like, I had to look perfect, but now I'm just like letting it.
I always brush my teeth and wash my face before I come on these shows. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta prep a little bit, right? And then lately I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I don't want any bad breath on the show.
Sticker number 3, Epic Illustrated number 1 from Marvel. Another book from the 80s, guys. A testament of how much we miss this time. A top sale for a 9.8 coming in at $660. Now, this is a cool book. Might be my favorite of the night. Maybe.
Yeah, Famous Monsters of Filmland. This magazine was pretty intense. Some pretty cool stuff. And they're still findable. I find them every now and then at garage sales and flea markets. So keep an eye out. Famous Monsters of Filmland was a trendsetter in the publishing industry in the 1950s, inspiring a wave of spin-offs such as Spaceman, favorite westerns of Filmland, Wild West westerns, screen thrills, illustrated, creepy, eerie, and Vampirella. Started by publisher James Warren and editor Forrest J. Ackerman in 1958, this magazine was originally produced as a one-shot, but quickly sold out, leading the pair to do a second printing. The first volume ran for 191 issues and concluded in 1983. One of the earlier issues of Famous Monsters of Filmland, issue number 27, included previews of upcoming films, articles on giant monsters and shrinking humans, a tribute to Bela Lugosi, and the conclusion of a story about King Kong. It also runs an astonishing 100 pages. This classic has always been a favorite for collectors for years and usually runs between $50 and $100 for raw and graded copies. In the past, most of these copies have been a low grade, which makes this recent sale oh so noteworthy. On October 10th, a CGC 9.2 sold for an impressive $425, marking an all-time new high for this nostalgic issue.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Worth it? $425 for this book and a 9.2? Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
That's I would I'd buy that hands down. Yeah.
These books are so hard to find in good shape because people didn't really like collect and preserve these types of things, that you read them until they fell apart kind of stuff. These Famous Monsters of Filmland they're great. They're so much fun to kind of just look back. It's almost like Starlog magazine. If anybody remembers Starlog magazine, it's just fun sci-fi news and updates and stuff like this. I think these are all black and white, if I remember correctly. It was all like black and white photos, so you'll see like the monsters or other like monster kind of related stuff on here. Elvira, you'll see photos, but it'll be all black and white. But this stuff is just, again, just a snapshot of a time, where kids didn't get this kind of stuff too often. And this is where you got your kind of monster fix. You order your monster mask for Halloween and stuff like that. They would order it from this kind of stuff. These things are just interesting. And look how beautiful that cover is. Like, God, just hand-painted artwork like this is, again, with the Frazetta kind of idea, is untouchable. Like, this is different than anything else that we'll ever see anymore.
Yeah. And, you can still find these. I find, to be honest, over the last year, I've really been focusing on like old magazines, especially the pop culture ones and like the rock and roll magazines, because they sell really well. You always know to look for old Nintendo powers, right? But it may not occur to you to look for these, Famous Monsters of Filmland or things like that. but they just do well. They just do well, you know. So yeah.
Okay, what movie is it from? He's asking. So I thought Percy Jackson, but that's not what he's thinking, I'm sure. Or the Odyssey, maybe?
Jason and the Argonauts is what
I think that's it. Yeah, I think it was Jason and the Argonauts.
So cool. You think this is why Mark Spears is just exploding, because it really pulls from this type of style that people just love. It feels, his stuff just looks so similar. It feels authentic.
And again, these are just snap pieces. The same reason I like to get Wizard magazines. You know, it's articles, it's stuff that you will be, I forgot that kind of happened, because they just kind of mention it in like a snippet of things. So these are just fun to read too, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, very cool. Let's keep moving then, guys. That was Shaker number 4, Famous Monsters of Filmland number 27, Warren 1964, a CGC 9.2 coming at $425. What, Gabe?
I was laughing at Brandon Mateo. That's like the coolest comment, just because of the whole Cyclops kind of connection. That's so funny to me. And then King of the Golden State going, "Hey, look, it's a show about comic books not in the bag."
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of
I got this for later. Okay?
Going on recently, you know.
Thank you, Alex.
Awesome, Alex. You're the man, dude.
What do you guys get dressed up as? You have to answer now. Are you gonna do anything for Halloween?
I mean, I've got the Iron Man stuff. I got all these helmets in the background. I can do one of those maybe, but I don't know. I don't really dress up for Halloween unless there's a show. I'll dress up if there's a show.
I mean, maybe because it is on a Thursday. No, wait, Thursday is the 30th, the day before Halloween.
Okay, so yeah.
Let's dress up on the 30th, you guys. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, come on.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll dress up by myself if you guys won't. Marty will do it. I'm sure he will.
We'll see. I mean, I love Halloween. I trick-or-treated until I was like 27. So
I'm not sure.
I would tell people that I have a sick brother in the hospital that I'm trick-or-treating for, and they would give me extra candy.
Oh, that is terrible.
I don't even have a brother.
That is so bad.
So bad. Okay, moving on. What do we have for Shaker number 5?
Shaker number 5. I'm glad I got this, because I really love this IDW series of Gem and the Holograms. Don't judge me. So this is Gem and the Holograms number 1. This is the WonderCon 2015 variant from IDW in 2015. 40 years. Jesus, man. Now we all feel old. My God. 40 years after the first appearance on TV, Gem and the Holograms are making some big moves for a fictional band. In May, songs from the TV show became available for streaming, and in July, the band announced a new album. Just last week, Boom Studios announced it was taking over the license in partnership with Hasbro. That could be one of the reasons this con exclusive recently hit a high this week with a $100 sale for a near mint raw copy. That's not bad. This marks the second recorded sale for this book since CovrPrice started tracking. Gem and the Holograms briefly appeared in comic form in 2011, Hasbro multi-brand crossover project. But this 2015 series, written by Kelly Thompson, with art by Sophie Campbell and colors by M. Victoria Robato, is widely considered the first. This series established a different universe in which Gem and the Holograms and the Misfits started off as unsigned bands. This fantastic WonderCon exclusive by Amy Memberson is one of 6 variant covers that she produced. In total, there were 15, including work by Art Germ and by Amanda Connor. Yeah, this is a cool cover. I like this cover. $100 for something like this, like a variant from 2015 for a very kind of under the radar comic book like this is pretty cool. Like this is
I like Kelly Thompson. She's been doing such a good job with Absolute Wonder Woman. I like her writing style. I think that she's able to kind of keep you wanting to read the next issue. Absolute Wonder Woman was a little bit slow at first, but then it just started to build up more and more for me. So I'm a fan of her stuff.
Yeah, and Sophie Campbell did really great artwork on here, and really good work on Ninja Turtles for a long time with the art, and I think the writing for a while too. So
Did they attempt a live action film? I haven't heard anything about that.
There was one a while ago, and it was garbage. It wasn't even like fantasy like Gem and the Holograms is. It was like real life people. There was no magic earrings or any of that stuff. Like I have the Gem and the Hologram hardcover book.
Oh, that's neat.
Gabe, I never pegged you for a Gem and the Hologram super fan.
Hey, don't doubt me, man. I like cool stuff. But this is if you remember, this looks like a Trapper Keeper.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, artwork in it is really solid too. Really fun stuff. So
here, let me take that out. There we go.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I really like the. I like it when they do the characters out of frame like that on the last page. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really cool covers and stuff too.
Nice.
Maybe that should be my Halloween costume, Gabe. You just inspired me.
Okay, and then I'll get a green.
Great idea.
I can pull it off. I think I can maybe pull this off.
You get the star earrings.
I'll do Ace Freely, right?
I want to hear this theme song now. Sing it for me, Gabe.
Jim, wait.
No pressure.
I'm trying to think. Super outrageous. Super outrageous.
Truly.
Jim.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna get a copyright strike. That was terrible, but whatever.
I don't think we will. I think they're just gonna let that one slide. Guys, we are halfway there. This is Shaker number 5, Gem and the Holograms number 1, the WonderCon 2015 variant from IDW. Raw near mint coming in at $100. Chris, before we move on, do you have any reminders?
I do, and I'm going to open this DCKO as I do this. So there's a new button on YouTube. If you're already a subscriber, if you look down to where the subscribe button is, you'll see that there's a hype button. Please hit the hype button. It helps out the algorithm. It's just another way for YouTube to figure out if a show is worth sharing and getting on like people's feeds, because a lot of people will search for live videos, just live videos without any context. And if the viewers of the live video are hitting the hype button, it's more likely to show up in the search results. So please take a second, hit that hype button, and let's see what we got for. Hey, I already got this one. I got a duplicate. Okay, cool.
That's the risk of blind bags, right? But hey, now you can keep one and maybe flip the other one or give away or whatever.
The other. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you'll have to do. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep moving. What do we have for Shaker number 6?
Shaker number 6, we have, this was so cool. This is so cool. Marvel Superhero Island Adventures number 1. You guys must be scratching your head, much like I was when I first saw this on the list, but this is a 1999 exclusive to Universal Studios. Universal Studios made a major expansion to its Orlando resort in the form of Islands of Adventure. It featured 5 major showcase islands, including Jurassic Park, The Lost Continent, Dr. Seuss, and Marvel Superhero Island. This area of the park featured 3 attractions as themed dining and shopping attractions. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, Doctor Doom's Fearful, and the Incredible Hulk coaster dominated the park's skylines. To promote this upcoming opening and to give guests something to look forward to, Marvel published Marvel Superhero Island Adventures number 1. This story featured a prelude of sorts to each of the opening attractions at the park, which added a thematic touch to the attractions that were on display. This comic was available only in a comic 3-pack, which featured a promotional comic and 2 other random Marvel comics. It also came with some trading cards, a comic subscription offer, and a pretty cool pin. All of the above was distributed in a comic-sized clamshell package. It also had the unfortunate design of pushing the pin against the comic, meaning that it's very hard to find these in high grade. Marvel Superhero Island stands frozen in time in Orlando due to the purchase of Marvel by Disney. Apart from one new ride, Storm Force Acceleration, and a roller coaster rework, the land has remained untouched, with all the characters appearing in the style of Adam Kubert. Universal Studios is contractually prohibited from making any changes to the area. Disney, on the other hand, is also prevented from adding any Marvel characters to appear in their Disney World resort. The Guardians of the Galaxy are the exception to this rule because they are not part of the Universal license agreement. Apparently, so long as Universal leaves the land unchanged, Disney will be prevented from opening up an Avengers campus in Florida. This little comic is a historical capsule of what Marvel Comics looked like in the late 90s. Recently, a raw copy sold, raw near mint, for $130. Oh, that's a lot of information there.
Yeah, look at Rattlesnake Comics has it.
Nice.
Let's go.
Hey, good job.
See?
This is
There you
pretty
go.
cool. Yeah. So obviously these were hard to find because of the just the limited nature of the release, and the fact that they were a little bit more expensive because you were buying 3 comics, and getting them in good condition is almost impossible because, you know, if people take that clamshell and they toss it into their, short box, and the pin gets pushed up against the comic, and then you have a big dent in the comic. So it was pretty cool.
That happened recently with something that they put pins in and it all got damaged. It was like super recent, an Image book, I think. But yeah, King of the Golden State's right. This was on the Shakers a while back. Gabe, do you remember seeing this?
I'm not sure if I remember it on the. Yeah, I remember seeing it on the show before. I don't remember when, but I've sold copies of this before. Like,
Yeah.
when I was at Torpedo, we've had a few of these come through, and they're cool. Like, with the ones that we had like the clamshells still with the pin and the cards and everything like that. So these things they're out there. They're cool. I mean, I'm looking at the names on here. You got Stewart, you got Chris Pacello, you got Art Tiber. I'm assuming that's probably gonna be Sal Buscema on here. Mike Ringo's in here. Paul Mounts did the coloring. So there's some cool stuff in this comic book. It looks like this is really neat. This is really
100%.
cool. I like it a lot, especially with the whole like this is what that late 90s Marvel looked like right around like the Heroes, not Heroes Reborn, but right after they did the Heroes Return stuff. But it's just kind of of it back then, especially because for a fact that's a Chris Pacello Hulk. I'm not sure if that's Doom and his Spider-Man, but I think Chris Pacello might have just did the cover for this. It's pretty cool. You know what? He did. I can see the signature on the roller coaster. Perfect.
Where?
Underneath Spider-Man's right fist above his thigh on the green railing. This is Pacello, and I want to say and Art Tiber did the inking. So pretty cool.
I like how it kind of tells the story about, the rights with the characters and everything too, right? Because Universal has the licenses for theme parks in Florida, not in California. So Disney California and Disneyland can have Marvel characters there, but not in Florida.
Too complicated for my liking. All right. Well, Shaker number 6, Marvel Superhero Island Adventures number 1 from Marvel 1999, a raw near mint coming in at $130. What do we have for Shaker number 7?
Number 7, good old. You can't go wrong with having a Sonic the Hedgehog comic on the Shakers. So this is Sonic the Hedgehog number 20, the Natalie Fordrain variant, which was a 1 in 10 from 2019. We recently mentioned Sonic on our Shakers list back in August, when a raw copy of the ratio variant for issue number 80 by Natalie Fordrain sold for $100 plus. The ratio variants for this series continue to spike as collectors are shelling out hundreds of dollars for these hard-to-find variants. Issues number 19, number 26, and number 38 have all experienced growth on the aftermarket as prices have climbed and available copies have all but vanished. The same appears to be happening with the variant for issue number 20 as well. This variant has been in the $80 to $140 range for raw copies recently, but a graded 9.8 copy sold for $400 this week, marking an all-time high. At this point, any ratio variant for the series should be picked up if prices are reasonable, and it seems demand is only increasing for these books.
We've talked about these before.
Yeah.
The ratios, you always want to grab these if you have the opportunity to. We've said it time and time again, so I'm not surprised to see this back on the list.
I'm going to double down on that. I've talked about IDW ratios specifically when it comes to Sonic and My Little Pony. I'm going to go ahead and say just pick up any Sonic or a comic, period, if you're getting it out of the dollar bins, because they all sell very well in the aftermarket. If you're looking to flip so you can gain money to grow your collection, Sonic books are a good target for that. Anything pre-2020.
Pre-2020. Yeah, okay. I would agree with that. What do you think, Gabe?
Yeah, no, I mean these Sonic books are really hard to find because nobody has 10 plus subscribers at a local comic book shop that's picking up Sonic. Like, it's a very niche market. It's a very loyal and demanding market for Sonic. Like Sonic fans are hardcore fans. Like we say that all the time, with like Spawn fans or Ninja Turtle fans or anything like that. Like, this is their niche. Like, Sonic people love Sonic and they get everything they can and they want all of it. And these are impossible to find sometimes. So,
yeah.
And then who knows? I mean, Sonic is still going. There's so many Sonic series too. They spin out all over the place. They all these different like niche characters get their own titles, so they're kind of all over the place. And yeah, I mean, just add them to your pull list. If you can, hey, just give me that RI if you guys get it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and if you're digging, look for the old Archie Sonics too, like these. Hold
them up again. Oh, okay.
I mean, even in bad condition, they sell well. It's pretty crazy. It really is. Yeah, I mean, the reason why I talk about this kind of stuff and I emphasize, what to pick up and what to sell. I fund my comic collection by selling comics, right? So I'll go to the long boxes. I'll pick up books. I'll go to flea markets. I'll go to garage sales. I'll go to thrift stores. I'll buy books. I'll sell those books, and with the sales of those books, I will buy comics that I like and I actually want. So, I'm a dirty flipper. What are you going to do? That's what you got to do in order to, be able to buy. $300 in comics is what I did at my local comic store today, because those Transformer sound chip ones are $20 a book. So,
yeah, make smart investments, and then you can flip and keep supporting the hobby. That's ultimately the goal here, right? Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog number 20, Natalie Ford Drain variant 1 in 10 from IDW, 2019, a 9.8 coming in at $400. You guys do not sleep on these Sonic the Hedgehog retailer incentives. What do we have for Shaken number 8?
Another series that I buy quite regularly when I find them, especially the Mirage titles, because of just how hard they are to find. So we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 28, and this is kind of a weird cover, but this was from Mirage in 2006, near the end of the Mirage print cycle. In the recent years, we've seen an interest in all things Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. While there have been many popular runs featuring the heroes in half shell, the 2006 Mirage run has been seeing a steady increase in demand on the aftermarket as of late. With near mint copies of these books having seen big numbers in the past, it seems that lower grades are now starting to creep up their way to the record charts. This week, issue number 28 of that 2006 run hit an all-time high for a lower grade when a very fine copy sold for a whopping $170. While a near mint copy of this book recently sold for $200 a few months ago in July, this sale tops a previous all-time high for a very fine by just under $50. The why behind this steady increase is interest for the series is more complex than it seems, and it's more than just simply being a turtle book. This run, authored by co-creator Peter Laird, has had extremely low print runs. As the series went on, those print runs got lower and lower. For this issue, it is estimated that fewer than 3,000 copies were ordered by retailers. Combining the work of Peter Laird with some wonderful cover art by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle legend Michael Dooney, it is always a recipe for success. When you add in some legitimate scarcity by the way of a low print run, there should be no surprise to see this series' value continue to rise as time goes on.
I've never seen this book, ever.
I've seen a few Mirage TMNTs, but they are definitely on the harder end to find of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I see original release Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles more often than I see Mirage.
Yeah, this is a series, like you were saying in the read. Peter Laird did the work for this. Like, he wrote it and drew most of it. Mm-hmm. It's his own story. Like, Splinter dies in the book. There's a lot of really interesting, out of control, crazy things that happen in this series. After this, I think this is the last issue of the regular run for this TMNT series. I might be wrong, but because I know after this, like around issue 30, it went mail order, if I remember correctly. Like, Peter David wasn't even putting them out in the stores. Like, you had to be a part of like his like news group or his newsletter, and you had to order it directly from him. So those are extremely hard to find. And I think they're all signed. Like, he signed all of them before he mailed them out, but they were just mail order comics after a while. But with that note, Image is reprinting this series currently right now. It's called TMNT Journeys, and they're reprinting this impossible, hard to find series. So there is a chance to get the books if you want to read it. I'm going to pump the brakes and I'll get the singles, but when it gets collected in a hardcover, I am in. Like, I'm all over this series. I know it's wild and it's crazy, and it's not really complete. I don't think he ever finished it. So really cool stuff in this. I love it.
I'm looking at the page on CovrPrice. The last 4 copies were limited to 1,000 each, and they sell for quite a premium, like high dollar, like in the thousands.
Yeah, what is it? 29, 30, 31, 32?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the mail order ones, I think.
Yeah, so this was the last one, like you were talking about. Good call on that, Gabe. Spot on.
Really good call. Very cool. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. Big brain Betty. Isn't that what Tifa used to say? TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 28 from Mirage in 2006. A raw, very fine, coming in at $170. That's impressive. 2 left, guys. What do we have for shaker number 9?
All right. Number 9, Warhammer 40,000, Marinus Calgar. Number 2. Ooh, Jason Barrows variant from Marvel Comics in 2020. Marvel did this? Very cool. Warhammer 40,000 has been steadily rising in popularity as it continues to reach the masses and is getting a movie from Henry Cavill. Introducing the wide world to the expansive world of Grimdark. One of the most recognized factions within said world is the Ultramarines. Think badass, hyper-religious demigods with cool armor, one-man wrecking crews. Bad dudes. And then there are Marinus Calgar. He is the ultimate Marine and current leader of said chapter, and an absolute demon on the battlefield. Hence the community's apprehension when they heard this series was being released and who was publishing it. Warhammer 40,000 is nightmare fuel, and having Marvel, of all companies, distribute this book drove a lot of collectors off before they even got started. It resulted in low solicits and even lower movement. Very few LCS LCSs would have ordered enough copies to hit the ratio for this 1 in 25 book, as Warhammer has really gained some traction just in the last few years. This variant from Jason Barrows has become somewhat of a ghost, and only 7 total sales are in our database. However, a CGC 9.8 copy hit the market and sold for $300. It's the one graded sale in our database thus far, despite there being 9 copies in the same grade on the census. What's interesting is that raw sales hover around $15 to $20, right around what just about every cover from this run commands. What a difference a plastic sandwich makes.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it. All right. Everybody's saying that it looks like Cable on the cover.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
I think it's so funny that Henry Cavill, I guess funny is not the right word. I find it extremely interesting that Henry Cavill is a huge Warhammer fan.
He's a huge nerd in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Warhammer is just one of those. I was never able to get into it, but I would always see it played at the local game store, and the games would never end. They would just never, ever end, and it was just so damn expensive.
Yeah.
What did you say? Well, Henry Cavill, he's going to be in the movie, or it says it's getting a movie from. So is he starring it, or is he producing it? Thank you.
Maybe a little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah. Did you just do a 6-7 joke? Shame on you.
I don't even know what that means.
So good. 6-7? No. You don't want to know. It's one of those things.
But yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, hey, these books command a premium because the crossover in Warhammer and comic book collectors. So
our chat's funny. They said it's a Timu Cable.
Yeah,
good stuff. All right, shaker number 9, Warhammer 40,000, Murnius Galger number 2, the Burroughs variant from 2020, 9.8, coming in at $300. We only have one shaker left, and then Gabe is going to show us what's shaking on the aftermarket. Last but not least, this is super cool. Great way to end the show, I think. What do you think?
This book is so weird. Wolf and Batsy by Chanting Monks Studios in 2005.
Why not?
Whenever I hear of Chanting Monks, I think of the Monty Python skit where they do the chant and then they hit themselves on the forehead with the bread wood piece.
That movie in so long.
Wolf and Batsy is a monster story told from the monster's point of view. The first graphic novel chronicles the misadventures of the 2 lost, lonely kids. One happens to be a werewolf. The other one happens to be a hot, sexy vampire. Kids? Okay. The pair wandering the earth looking for a place to call home, but the trouble is they also have to eat. Being monsters, the bulk of their diet is human beings. Wolf and Batsy is Brian Baugh's passion project. Baugh has had success as a varied comic book career, working for IDW on the Transformers, G.I. Joe, Hack and Slash, Enter Ruin, Zombies vs. Robots, The Real Ghostbusters, as well as DC Wildstorm and Dark Horse. So he's had a very long career. Baugh grew up obsessed with horror movies and classic monster lore. He's often cited Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Dracula as core influences. In 2005, he created Chanting Monk Studios in order to publish his own creator-owned projects. The titular characters, Wolf and Batsy, spring from Baugh's desire to explore monster characters with humor, violence, and gothic melancholy, reminiscent of Elvira or the Addams Family. He has continued this story, and he stated in this issue as there's a typo there. He has continued the story he started in this issue to Viper Publishing before they closed, and to Alterna Comics, and then back to his Bloody Weirdo Comics, which is his most recent self-publishing banner. This cover features art by Joe Chiaido, who is well known for his pinup and fantasy illustrations and his ability to blend classic pulp aesthetics with modern comic sensibilities. Cheeto has become a prominent name in comics during the late 90s, a period when hand-painted and high-gloss art was in demand. He worked in several major publishers, including the same ones as Brian Baugh. As this book is apparently about 20 years old, it's very rare on the market, making this sale significant. $125 for a near mint. This had a very limited print run due to being self-published. Somebody was feeling spooky this week and picked it up for this high-grade price. Hey, this is the time where Halloween covers get a demand in price. Vamprillas sell very well right now. All of the vampire covers, all of the Halloween style covers sell very well. And this is just another example of that, I guess.
So weird. What do you think, Gabe?
I love Joe Chido's artwork. Like this, he did on Battle Chasers. I think it was issue number 5. They did 4 different covers, and on the back of the covers was a Joe Chido painted piece that you had to get all 4 covers and line them up to kind of make it of Red Monica. So that's where I know him from. Yeah, so I always he got a very distinct style. So I love it. I love the little wolf man in the back. It looks like he stepped on his kid's Lego in the middle of the night.
Right.
This is great. I love it. It's a fun cover. I've never seen this before. Like, I don't know what this is about or anything, but this is pretty cool. And it's, what is that, $5.95 comic? So this is probably like a square bound book. It's probably like Baxter bound, but this is neat.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. So weird.
This is the type of thing that you would find in long boxes and not even realize it was something.
Tina Elvira, yeah, it's crazy. This whole concept's just so bizarre, but I mean, that's what the Shaker Show is. It's showing you guys these really strange, obscure books that you wouldn't normally know. So Shaker number 10, Wolf and Batsy, Chancing Monk Studios from 2005, raw near mint, coming in at $125. Best part of the show. Oh, wait, do you want to open your next bag?
Yeah, so as Gabe gets set up for the Shakers, I'll go ahead and open up my last blind bag. And we'll see what I get here. So if you guys don't know, a lot of us tried to do Halloween covers on Instagram. And I think the hashtag this year is Halloween comic covers. So you can check that out. And we got Trick or Treaters. That's cool.
That's cool. That's a cool one.
Got the cat butt cover.
You got the cat butt cover.
It doesn't count unless you see its butthole.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Painted in Mark Spears' glory.
Yeah. Just a green dot.
So those blind bags had 90 different variation of covers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't even know what to say. That's wow. Okay.
How many did you get, Chris? You opened 2 of them already.
I got 3 of the Monsters ones. I got 3 of the KO ones.
I thought you went crazy and you're sitting on like 25 of them or something.
Well, I have more on the way because I pre-ordered them. My local comic store, Third Eye Comics, gave their there's like a club membership there. So they gave their club members the opportunity to buy them at cost. And so I have like 30 on the way.
Okay, so you did go crazy on them. All right.
Yeah, but I got them for like $2 each. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jeffrey, we were talking about that before the show too. I mean, what are the chances of seeing duplicates when there's that much variation? I think it had to do something with like manpower. They just weren't able to like make it so you definitely didn't get a duplicate. Okay, you ready, Gabe? You want to show us what's shaking?
Let's shake it up, girl.
Let's do it. I'm ready. This is my favorite part because now I can just sit back and relax.
Yeah, don't you do that anyways, Laura? What are you talking about?
I know, right? I'm just chilling in the background. I do actually. A lot of time I'm just listening to you guys talk, but
All
right, what do we
right.
got?
Let's take a look at the shakers this week. Here's our heavy hitters for the week.
Ooh, 5
Yeah,
and
this is
5.
interesting. You know, can't go wrong with an amazing fantasy, but this is what's interesting to me right now. When have it's the strangest thing in the world. When has anybody ever cared about the Fighting Five until randomly Peacemaker, you know, showed up in the Suicide Squad movie and got his own TV show and stuff like that. Really interesting how this completely unknown, unheard of, forgotten Charleston comic is now $7,200 in a CGC 9.8 or 9.0.
Hmm.
Really cool to see that happening. But wow, just out of nowhere, this out of the woodwork book is now $7,000.
Does that say 9.0 or 9.8?
It's a 9.0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, John Cena has made Peacemaker a character that will stick around forever. Yeah, this is whoever picked this up at this price. I think made a good call because I could see this continuing to go up.
You know, second appearance of Wolverine on the list here.
Sure.
Always good to see. X-Men 1, 5,000 for a 3.0 is not too bad.
Wow.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the Red Hood comic there.
Yep. A raw for $5,000. Doesn't show the grade, but man, I say it every time we do this. Every time we do it, it's so nerve-wracking to think of spending that kind of money on like a raw copy of something like this.
Yeah. That's the Red Hood comic that's worth talking about, right?
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that other one until you mentioned it. That thing has got to be dead by now.
Ooh, do the 7 Seas one. Do that one. Yeah. I know it's not a bot. No, go back down. 7 Seas.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
I want to see that. Okay.
What's the key of this?
Is it a key?
Yeah.
Classic
cover. Okay. I never seen that one before.
No,
1947.
That's pretty scary to be in the water with just a knife against this giant shark.
What issue is that?
Number 4.
Oh, I just want to see who the cover is by.
Matt Baker.
I thought so, but I wasn't positive. Yeah, it is. It's Baker. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. Was it 1947? 3,600 for a 1, a graded 1.
Wow!
Holy moly! Jeepers creepers, man! Jeepers creepers on that. That's crazy town.
That's crazy. It's beautiful though.
Yeah, I love this. I love the Superman punching this guy through a brick wall, though. This is awesome.
I like how that brick wall is just there for no reason.
Oh, it's there for him to get punched through. This is the first
appearance
of
Luther. That's Luther, right?
I know this is Luther. It makes sense with them being bald, but that just seems very discriminatory. Chris,
well, his first Luther cover is the key. There's no way he's talking after going through a 4 brick thick wall.
Yeah, that thing is that's a nasty wall to get punched through. That's just cool though. Just the coloring of it and everything, like the red on the around the logo, or the yellow and then the red. They just these primary colors they used back then is just fantastic. Always looking good. I mean, House of Secrets 92, good old classic on the list every week. Good to see it. Good to see it. Louise Simonson on the cover. Amazing Spider-Man number 2.
First Vulture.
Yeah, first Vulture. What does this be? Third appearance of Spider-Man? Now, if you want to talk about a cool book that's like hard to find, is this Obito number 2. First Usagi Yojimbo. All right. Now let's go down.
Versus.
Okay, there's a couple books on here we have to take a look at. This Venus number 17 is awesome. Let me wait for this to pull up.
Nice.
Bondage and Blonde in a red dress. That's like, mwah.
Hell yeah.
It's perfect.
And you got skeletons, and you got bats, and you got, I don't know, bags of potato chips. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, what is that? I can't tell.
I think it's cement because that's this one skeleton dude's got a little cement scraper layer thing. I don't know what you call him, but it looks like he's building bricks down here in this cellar.
Weird.
That's cool. What is that? $2,500? Jeepers creepers,
Wow.
man. Wow.
1951.
Yeah.
Huh. Look at that ghostly weird over there.
This thing is the coolest cover right now. I was waiting to get on that one, but you mentioned it, Chris. This thing is rad. This thing is
awesome.
rad. Like, this is trippy. This is take some acid or some mushrooms and just trip out on this. There's just so much going on with this rocket landing on this alien planet, bodies flying or not flying, but maybe like floating in space. I mean, the one in the front here, his suit's all messed up. Like this is such a cool cover. I love all the colors.
I would totally rock this art on my wall. This is amazing.
Yeah, even just a poster of that would be cool.
I want this painted on the side of my van. It's so cool.
On your free candy van.
Yeah.
You know what?
Even this one's cool too. Like this entire run is just gnarly stuff.
This is all like tattoo bait in my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is all stuff you would see like in head shops in the 70s or something. 1954. Man, this stuff is so rad. All right, let's see what we got on the list. God, this one's so cool. Oh, the pure silver Amazing Fantasy 15.
Oh wow, that's a.
Have you seen these before? These are cool. It's literally just like a piece of silver, the same size as a comic book, with the cover printed on it.
Huh. And
I've seen them before. They're always CGC 10 because it's literally just a slab of silver. Like there's no way to like get any like spine ticks or spine rolls on that. That stuff's pretty cool. There's other ones too. I think there's ones for like Hulk. Some of the early Silver Age Marvel stuff. They had these silver editions for. It's pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Halloween cover Lois Lane. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trying to pull this up. I like how she sits on the broom like a lady.
Side saddle.
As she should, right? Side saddle, exactly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be very comfortable otherwise.
I don't know.
Just saying.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
I like the moon in the background.
Yeah.
Gives you Elvira vibes. That's what I think when I look at that. Black suit again. We always see that one.
Yeah, black suit's always making it. It's around $1,300 for a 9.8 now.
Wow.
Yeah, makes my 9.6 kind of my 9.6 bump up a little bit too, I guess.
Is that a Donald Duck in the next row?
That is a Donald Duck.
Hey, 1943 Donald Duck. Don't sleep on those old Disney books. I'm telling you.
How about this? One of the most iconic covers in comics, especially X-Men comics. 9.8 for $1,100.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That seems worth it to me, man.
I think I have a 9.2 candidate newsstand of this, but it's definitely not 9.8.
All these high grade stuff coming up here. 9.8 this, 9.4 Conan the Barbarian, 9.4 Batman 395 or Detective 395.
I heard the term file copy used recently, and as I hadn't heard that before.
Oh no!
But it sounds to me like collectors back then would put their comics in the file folders.
No, file copies are actual file copies from the publisher. Like, Stan Lee had a lot of them. They just it's like the copy that they just kind of kept for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a prestige. Or,
I mean, yeah, you can make it a prestige thing, but it's just a file copy that the publishers kept. Yeah, those things are cool though.
That's my favorite Momoko.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
I got that Star Wars one.
That first is that first Boba Fett?
Yeah,
it is. I have that too, somewhere.
Mine's an 8.
Mine's a 9.8.
Oh, ooh.
Just measuring sizes right now.
Okay, yeah, but Laura, how much did you pay for yours?
I didn't. Anthony gave it to me.
So somebody paid a lot for it, right?
And what did you pay for the Boba Fett? Remember? Oh, did we buy that?
$1,500.
1,500. He said.
Okay, so I bought my number 42 newsstand for $3 at the flea market, and paid for it to get graded, and it came back as an 8. So
Awesome.
That is awesome.
I think mine's better.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I think a 9.8 is better. No
Oh,
matter
because
what.
we have 4 of them though. So there we go.
How about this
Thanks,
gold
Ann.
lethal protector is always cool.
I have that too. 4-time sign. It's a 9.6 up.
You hear that?
Jeez, it's almost like you own your own comic store or something.
Like I bought some comic books, right?
I was gonna say I own that one 4 times signed. Technically, it's Ann's.
The one book that San De La Rosa charges you crazy for to sign. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's different when your collection is a tax write-off. Okay.
What?
It's different when your collection's a tax write-off.
Serious, right?
Everything's a tax write-off if you try hard enough.
It's true.
Look at that Macross one. Oh my God, those are so hard to find.
That was on the list not too long ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it pops up every so often. It pops up. I've seen
Yeah.
it pop up on the list a few times. Yeah, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
251's awesome. It's good.
This Green Lantern #1 is like one of the worst covers. This is such a just, I don't know, odd cover to me with them just fighting this giant clown.
You know, the funniest thing about that to me is that nothing on that clown is yellow. And that was Green Lantern's weakness. So the clown's not threatening at all.
Oh, well, how about this first Black Knight? This should be a big book. First appearance of Dane Whitman.
Yeah, didn't they just announce that they're going to do the movie after all? The
Right,
Black
because
Knight
it
movie?
popped for a while when they first brought that up. Then it kind of went away for a little bit, so I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything on it.
Yeah.
But New York, they announced it at New York Comic Con, didn't they?
What, are they going to do another Eternals?
No, that they're going to do the Black Knight movie.
Black Knight.
I didn't hear about that. Maybe. That'd be cool. Whatever.
Laura, how was New York Comic Con, by the way?
I've told you, ooh, that weird Tales. Can we please click on that?
Yes. This thing is awesome.
Oh
Give
my
us a
gosh.
story from New York Comic Con. Come on.
Basically, it's my own personal like hell. When we were there, I'm walking through the aisles. Chris, I'm not even kidding. There were so many people that you could barely walk. I don't do well in that. Like that's just like not my jam. So I was walking with Anthony, and he's like, "You see people just getting bumped into," and I hunted a little bit, but I kind of feel like everything was a little overpriced, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how those big cons are. Yeah. But this Weird Tales is great. I love, what is it, like a 1940s book with massive side boob? Like, that's cool.
So cool.
Yeah. With the skull. Like, this is just pretty.
1940s, and it was a quarter. This was an
Oh,
expensive book
1933.
1930.
Yeah.
Holy cow! This was a quarter in 1933.
That's a lot of money back then.
That's a dinner for two.
I almost bought that Vampirella 1 when I was at the Short Box Con. I think they had it for like $1,000 and it was in good condition, and I didn't pull the trigger, and I've regretted it ever since.
I had mine.
For Halloween, this Halloween era. And again, you know, this is always Tim's like, you know, white whale of a comic too. So
Yeah.
always good to see that come up. Love it. Frank Frazetta. More Frank Frazetta talk on this show, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hot Stuff #1. Look at this.
Wonder why that popped. That's
I don't know.
interesting.
Top sell $855 for a 5.
There's no reason why that should have popped. Huh.
Hot Stuff #1 is really hard to find. Like this is like hen's teeth. Like this is really hard to find.
There's a yellow one that I really like.
There are people out there who just love Hot Stuff. Sugar and Spike, like all those kind of old
Mhm.
old Harvey, like books, old DC
I
books. Kid books.
I did hunt and find a copy of Hot Stuff, the one where he has a yo-yo on the cover.
Yeah.
But that's the only one that I really cared about. Maybe Halloween. Yeah, good point. We have a very smart chat.
Oh, the
chat on
unknown.
YouTube.
Look at the unknown one. That looks the little skull spider crawling towards her. That's so cool.
Yeah, just like the skull spiders from Peacemaker the last episode.
Kind of.
Oh, that's
World's
great.
greatest supernatural stories. You know what? I'll just say it. I love that when women dress like this with the collar shirts and the skirts. Like this is really, really classy looking, and the hair.
Yeah.
Like
It was like the cinched waists, and it wasn't showing too much, but it was still really sexy, feminine.
Gabe just likes the torpedo boobs.
I think that's kind of an interesting. Yeah, I mean, bras don't do that anymore, but I like it too. It adds some like really interesting shape.
Oh, you said bras. You said broad. So I was like, wow, you just called this chick a broad? Wow.
No, bras. The bras back then used to like just point out, but
Yeah,
the men dressed well then too, though. If we're gonna be fair,
I would love. It'd be nice to be like able to like, where suits are affordable enough that you can wear them every day, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And little like derby hats and stuff.
Dime Press. What is that Dime Press over there?
This is like another like first appearance of like Hellboy, but like in Germany or something weird like that.
Really? Yeah. Hellboy
prototype.
Wow. Yeah. I never would have known. I mean, I probably would have grabbed it if I saw it in a long box because it's one of those weird covers that I pick up. But,
I think it's a foreign comic too. If I remember, I swore it was like a Germany, like early German comic or something, or magazine. Hellboy's another one of those ones where it's like, oh, is his first appearance in the San Diego like pamphlet, or is it Nextman? Was it Nextman 9? I'm forgetting, but that's another like debatable first appearance kind of thing. And then you have this prototype. I think this is on the show before. I don't know.
Probably.
There's that great epic. Yep. That platinum Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1. Man. I just love it because I think it's I rarely have ever seen that book before. I think it's so cool.
Ooh, Transformers.
This is a cool cover. I don't know what it is with this blown up Optimus Prime face. It looks kind of like a flyer you would see for like a local band or something.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it's a 9.8 selling for a premium.
That's cool. Commandy 9.8, 576. That's not too bad. I think DC a lot of this DC Jack Kirby stuff is popping off. I mean, we got a lot of like the Fourth World stuff coming along, like this Commandy, like a 9.8 for $500.
I am positive that I've had and sold that Commandy.
I have one right here next to me. I have a copy of Commandy. It's not a 9.8, but
yeah, mine wasn't either.
Yeah, I have a lot of that Jack Kirby DC stuff that's so underappreciated. I love that stuff. Commandy, Demon, OMAC, all that stuff.
That's my favorite Neil Adams cover. That's my favorite Neil Adams Batman cover right there.
Yeah.
Absolute favorite.
I'm trying to get it to show up here. There we go.
My favorite Neil Adams is Muhammad Ali Superman. But of the Batman books, this is it.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Muhammad Ali and Superman. The Demon at Gothos Mansion.
Oh, Todd, you're so funny. Nobody actually reads comics anymore. You just buy the covers.
Unfortunately,
I've been trying to read more. Actually, I'm putting in an effort.
Telling you, man, we got to do like a book club. Gotta do a book club. It'd be so much fun. Book reports. Haunt of Fear isn't it a great man? This poor guy is getting torn up by
wolves.
I'm assuming coyotes or wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what you really see in a Haunt of Fear comic. Right? It's not like demons and monsters and ghouls. It's just some guy getting torn up out there in the middle of the wilderness.
And the Crypt Keeper.
Yep, you got the Crypt Keeper. You got that old witch, my mother-in-law on here, Vault Keeper. There's another blonde in a red dress. This is a rad cover.
That's so cool. Can't afford it, but it's cool.
Yeah, there's a low grade too. 3.5 for like $5,000 or something. What was that? $500. And it's a bondage cover too. Bam, double whammy.
Yeah, that's 2 so far now.
I think you're the one buying these, and that's what's putting these on the chart. You're getting these blonde red dress bondage covers, Laura.
I should have showed you when you were here. I have like 4 long boxes because when I first started collecting these, I'm like, oh, they're not gonna be that many, but there's so many. So I have boxes and boxes of them, and it's just
now you just find them everywhere. Yeah, it's like you buy your car and you see your car everywhere. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start sending you blondes in a red dress books, Laura.
Oh, there's so many. But yeah, I love it. I just think that to me is like what comic book sexiness is. Like in The Matrix, when you see that blonde in the red dress go by, it's like, oof. That's what started it.
Here's another epic.
Yeah. I think this is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. This is rad.
Is it?
It looks like it to me.
I don't see it, but maybe.
This issue has Arthur Sudam, Tim Conrad, Trina Kern, Robbins, Jim Starlin. Yeah. So that means there's probably there's some cool stuff in there. Some Dreadstar. That's what I was thinking of. Probably some Dreadstar in there.
So Epic Illustrated. Okay. Keep an eye out, guys.
Coming to the end.
Yep. Cable. First Cable popping off. $540 for a 9.8.
I've had that and sold it several times.
Yeah. I got a beautiful copy.
So many were printed.
Yeah.
There's Whatnot trading pack from New York Comic Con right there. Look at that little dot right there. Speaking of kid comics from the
Harvey Kid books. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 8.0 for $500.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's fans of this stuff. They're all like really, most of the time when I see people who buy this kind of stuff, they're older. But
yeah,
this is what they were reading as kids. This is cool.
I know. I like seeing Thrawn. Anthony and I listened to the audio book of the Thrawn series, and it's kind of cool to see that pack back up. It's a 1 in 10.
Yeah, this is cool. Is it from the show? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I never watched the show, the Clone Wars or whatever.
The show's really good. That's one of the few Star Wars that I watched Bad Batch too, but that's cool.
So that first Bizarro, I think that's going to be a book to watch, something to keep an eye on, because James Gunn is definitely leading up to Ultraman being Bizarro in future Superman movies. I mean, so that first appearance of Bizarro could be something to keep an eye on.
I mean, $500 is not too bad for a 3.5. Not too bad. But that's just the key book anyways. I mean, Bizarro is just such a mainstay character. It's probably one of Superman's like most prominent villains. Like, he doesn't have very prominent villains very much, but Bizarro is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other first appearance of the black suit. $500 for a 9.8. That's affordable.
Yeah, I think so. Really
That's a good price. It's a good price.
Oh, that Jason Polon, so good.
Yeah, this is a crazy cover, man.
I absolutely
crazy cover.
Absolutely love it.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Just this little dinky Spider-Man right here. I like that. That's so cool. What did I go for? $500 for VF Raw?
Whoa. He only did.
Whoa.
He only did a couple covers, and they were all fairly hard to find. And both. I said all both. the two that he did are very hard to find. He passed away very young. An incredibly talented artist, well known within the art industry prior to doing comics.
And we got a this is one of the blind bag books, right?
Yeah,
Or no?
It's a medal.
So, yeah.
1 in
Were
100.
the medals in the blind bags, or were these given to stores that ordered 1,000 copies, kind of thing?
Probably the latter, what you just said.
And the last issue of Invincible, 144, $480 for 9.8.
Yep.
All right, and that's that,
All right.
everybody. That is that.
Okay, focus, Laura. Here we go.
Let's
All right,
go.
guys. That was it for us tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you had something that was on the list. And if not, you saw something that was shaking that you might now want to hunt down, and it inspired you to get out there and start digging. Before we go, let's do round table. Chris, what do you have going on?
Lots of stuff going on eBay. I got a buy two get two on like 2,000 comics right now on eBay, so you guys check that out. Matt and John from CovrPrice have been doing a really nice thing for me, putting a link to my eBay store in the description. So please check that out, especially if you're on the Rewind. And if you mentioned that you're coming from the CovrPrice or you're a watcher, I'll throw in some extra books, give you a discount, some special stuff. I like hooking you guys up. If you talk to anybody in the chat who's gotten stuff from me before, I always throw extra stuff in. So happy to do that. And this next week, providing the furlough goes for another week, I might do another Whatnot sale. I did one last week. It was last Friday. It was a good time. Lots of people came and hung out from the chat, which I always appreciate. So I might do another one next week if we're still shut down. Yeah, keep digging those long boxes, as Tim used to say. I went digging today during my time off, and found some really cool stuff. So can't wait to show you guys on Instagram. You can follow me at Dr. Yo-Yo.
Perfect. Yeah, and at buy two, get two, that's a good deal. It's a really good deal. Gabe, anything going on you want to say before we go?
Thanks to everybody for showing up, having a good time, all the fun in the chat. Love talking comics, love reading comics with everybody. I won't be here next Thursday, taking a family trip to Disneyland.
Oh,
so
fun.
I'm missing out. Yeah, all that negative talk we were talking about Disneyland, and now I'm gonna go.
It's just so damn expensive. It's so packed lately. I don't know.
It's nuts. But this is my favorite time to go. It's my birthday's coming up. My son's birthday's coming up. They haven't been to Disneyland since they were like little, so they don't have any memories of it. Now that they're older, they're gonna have good memories of it. And this is the time I love to go because it's all Halloween themed.
Yeah.
The Haunted Mansion is all Nightmare Before Christmas decked out. Like it's really, it's incredibly fun this time of the year to go. So we're gonna make it happen. So I won't be here next Thursday, everybody. I miss you, but maybe I'll pop off on the new comic book day on Tuesday with Lando again. That was fun. But yeah, thanks for showing up, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Got to get some of those park exclusive comics while you're there, Gabe.
The Galaxy Edge one. I've always wanted to see that book. I've never seen it in real life, but I've always wanted to.
Are those things even still available? I'm surprised not everybody didn't just buy them. And
I mean, they sell for crazy money now, but
I mean, I'll check. We'll see. I'm not gonna fight some guy with a plastic sword over it or anything.
Yeah, and same deal, guys. Bird City's on eBay. We're on Whatnot. We just got back from the con, so be patient with us if you have orders. We're catching up on shipping, and we'll have new books coming out next week that I haven't shown yet. And yeah, that's basically it for me too. You guys have a good night. We will see you next week.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.